Order bumps in SureCart are extremely robust, and I want to show you in this video how I use them and why I think they're really cool. To create an order bump, you go into SureCart. Under Products, you'll select Order Bumps. If you don't see it here, you'll want to click on Products first and then click on Order Bumps. And then you can click Add New. Give your order bump a name. This will be seen on the front end. And then you want to select an order bump price. Now, here's what's interesting about SureCart order bumps. You're selecting a price for a product that you have already created under SureCart products. So this is not just some extra little thing that you're creating, it's an existing product. And what's really cool about that is that that means everything associated with that product gets associated with the purchase of the order bump. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's say that you have automations in Thrive Automator that trigger upon a completion of a purchase from SureCart for even a specific product. Those automations will fire in Thrive Automator. In SureTriggers, you could have workflows that fire when a subscription is created or a product is purchased. They could do things like add the user to a Circle community, add them to your Fluent CRM site. They can send API requests. They can fire webhooks. Basically, anything associated with the product purchase that you select as your order bump will be triggered if that is purchased. Once you've selected which of the products that you want to include as an order bump, you just click Create, and now you're brought to the order bump screen where you get to choose a couple of options. The first one is the display condition. Display conditions are basically when should this order bump appear? And you have the option to have it appear based on the price of a product. For example, if I have a community membership and I have 3 price points, maybe I have like yearly or monthly or quarterly, I could say, well, I only want this to appear if someone is purchasing my annual membership, or maybe another product if someone's purchasing a course. Or I can just associate my order bump with a product in general. So no matter what price point, if you buy my community, then you'll be shown this order bump. Let's say that you've changed your mind about what you want the order bump price to be that you chose previously. You can click change. So I could swap that maybe to my all access membership instead. Under display conditions, you can also change this. So right now it's set to any of these items are in the cart as the condition. Well, you can change that to be all of them or none of them. It's kind of an interesting way that you can create an order bump and have it apply site-wide to your products if these conditions are met. And then you also get to choose whether or not you want to apply a special discount to the product that's being offered as the order bump. You can choose to give it a percentage discount or a fixed discount. And I do want to point out that this discount is in addition to any other sort of discount or offer that you've set up at the product level. In SureCart, when you create a product, you get to choose whether or not you want to have it at like a compared at price. So you've seen in checkouts normally $9.99, but now only $8.99. Well, this discount would be on top of that. Then we have the option to include a description. I will say this is one area of order bumps that I feel like at the time of recording this video, SureCart does need to improve. Right now, this can only accept plain text. So if you type the description, that's fine, but you can't do bullet points, you can't bold anything, it's just text. And then if you want to customize the call to action, this is where you would do that. So I could say like, yes, add the all access membership to my order. And then I can save the order bump here in the top right. Now let's look at how to add order bumps to our forms. Inside of SureCart, you have a product, and that product gets added to a form, and that form is what somebody sees when they're checking out. Order bumps are the same way, and it's all handled inside the block editor. So on this particular product, if I were to scroll down, you would see I have an order bump block, and I can edit that block by clicking on it and adjusting anything here on the right. For example, showing control is what shows that toggle box next to the product name. And I can also give it a label. If I wanted to say something like order bumps, probably not a good name to call it. You could call it something like add-ons, things like that. Little tip for you, if you put nothing there, it'll say recommended, but I like to put a space and it actually deletes it. I think that's actually a cool tip. If you don't have order bumps on your form, they are very easy to add. You simply go to the upper left here to the blue box with the plus called the toggle block inserter. You click on it, you find the SureCart section, and you scroll all the way down to the bottom. You find order bumps and you drag it onto your form. Now, here's that product that we were looking at in my example, and check that out. There are two order bumps. Here's the one we just made. I didn't add a description to it, and below it is the one that I usually have running on my products. So, yes, to those that are wondering, you can have multiple order bumps on a single form. This is really cool and something you can't do with all the other tools out there. So you can see if I were to check the box on both of these options, both of them would appear here on the right-hand side, be added to the subtotal and the total. And what's so cool, like I mentioned in the beginning, once these products are purchased, any automations that I have for the main product, the Thrive Suite bundle, would fire. Any automations that I have for Convology Pro All Access would fire. And any automations for the community membership would also trigger and happen in the background, all simply because they are SureCart products added to an order and purchased. And coming back into the order bump editor itself, one thing I did skip over is the priority. And you saw in that form how one of the order bumps right here was above the order bump. You can give bumps priority by adjusting the number. The higher the number, the higher the priority. That's it for this quick look at SureCart order bumps. I wanted to share that with you because I thought it was so cool that the automations could fire per order bump. I think it's also amazing that you can have display conditions and create an order bump almost like it's a product sitting in the background, ready to be added to an order if it meets these particular conditions. If you have any other questions about SureCart, maybe the order bumps or anything else, I do have a SureCart course that I'm going to link in the description, as well as the ability to get that course completely for free if you check out SureCart through my affiliate link. Be sure to click on the link in the description to learn more.